Hi guys, welcome back to another week of Snippets of Knowledge. Last week was all about the idea of samskaras and the idea that if you want to make a change in your life or mental state, you need to take responsibility for the way that you are and start to train your mind towards the thoughts or traits that you wish to embody. This week, I actually thought to take a break from Patanjali and turn my attention towards another book, as I read something a while ago which really resonated with me. The background is that this book was talking about energy and balance within our lives. It was mentioning how everything that we do affects our energy in some way or another, which, if you reflect upon your daily life, I'm sure will prove to be true, as there are some things, for example, study or work, which after a while might start to drain you, whilst there are other things, such as maybe going on a date or socialising with friends, which happen to uplift and energise you. After explaining this, the book stated a few very powerful words. It said, "The essential nature of the soul is pure joy. If I'm not experiencing joy, then I'm not experiencing my soul." And I mean, wow, how powerful is that? When I read those few words, I was absolutely blown away. So much power contained within one sentence. So much truth. I think it's because, to me anyway, when you think about it, we have been put on this earth to live our life. It's a well-known fact that we only have a finite amount of time here, and no one knows when their time will be up. Notwithstanding differences in culture or backgrounds, I think that it is accurate to say that most people follow the same life path with different phases. The first phase being, of course, birth and early childhood, which most of us don't recall in great detail. The second phase being our later childhood and teenage years, which is spent studying and maybe having a part-time job. After we finish school, we do more study at university or something equivalent, and then we begin our adult life working. For most of us, we spend a great portion of our lives working, at least 7.5 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, and then we retire. If we are lucky enough to make it to retirement, we then rest and think of it as a time where we can finally relax. As bad as it sounds, what's to say that you will even make it to retirement? What if you never reach that stage where you think you can finally relax? These are quite confronting questions, I know. The point is that we spend so much of our lives being busy, so much of our time being caught up in the world, the roles we play, and in our work, constantly striving and searching for something more. If you ask me, that doesn't sound very joyful. It doesn't sound like a truly happy life. And I think that you can see that if you take the time to look around. Most people aren't truly happy. Most people wish for something more. And most people are searching for a happiness that they will never find. The reason that I find this quote of "the essential nature of the soul is pure joy. If I'm not experiencing joy, then I'm not experiencing my soul," so powerful is because it's kind of like a wake-up call. It's a reminder that our true nature, when you strip away all the materialization and thoughts, is happiness. We already established that a God, being, or energy created everything. And to most of us, when we think of this God, we think of a pure, loving being. If God created us, then it stands to reason that within us, we have that light, that loving, pure beam of happiness. We just need to take the time to understand and really see that. Once you understand that you are, at your very core, in your very essence, pure love and pure happiness, your whole world changes. You will realize that wherever you go and in whatever you are doing, you have the ability to tap into that source. You have the ability to feel happy during the most mundane, draining things. The power is in your hands. You just need to stop to feel it. So, next time you are feeling drained, unhappy, or discontent, remember that your very essence is pure love. You are pure happiness, and you can tap into that energy with practice wherever and whenever you choose. Well, that brings us to the end of our session today. Hope that you guys found some happiness in the quote that I shared. Tune in again next week as we discuss the idea of how to find peace within your misery. As always, I hope you have a magical week, and thank you guys so much for joining me.